And I was looking bad, bro. Like it's like, what the fuck y'all got going? You know what I'm saying? What be going through y'all head, bro, in the world, bro? Like, this is the second time I done seen some shit like this, fam. Florida woman locked up for posting acts with dog with an S. That says dogs with an S. That's even worse, bro. Let's see this fucking video.
She liked to dance on Instagram, a wannabe influencer following all the
Wanna be?
latest trends. But then this Florida woman posted things on social media with dogs that no one should ever see. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix.
Y'all niggas freaky in the world, bro. I just want y'all to know that.
Before we get into this really disturbing case, I want to tell you about an app that I've been using that I really identified
Man,
today's
nigga.
getting your curse
Is this the
danced, and
fucking
she even
news?
Logan Gaminsky, she spent a lot of time on Instagram. She danced and she even shared photos and videos of her dogs. This is Princeton.
June bug.
Logan Gaminsky also liked to pose on Instagram in bikinis. Nothing wrong with that, that's legal. But there were
What's
things that
first?
Logan Gaminsky did with her dogs on Instagram that were beyond disgusting and totally illegal. And now she's going away for a long time to prison. I first told you about Logan Gaminsky back in March of 2025. Gaminsky's
Hmm?
case takes us to Marion County, Florida, north of Orlando and south of Gainesville. In January of 2025, deputies there said they got a tip about Gaminsky posting videos of her dogs on Instagram, and in the videos, deputies say Gaminsky was coercing one of the dogs to do things that were sexual. Detectives said one video was 32 seconds long and very concerning. The dog was a brown and white Chihuahua, but the face of the woman in the video couldn't be seen. However, the incident report stated the video also shows a possible belly button piercing on the white female, which in several photographs on the defendant's Instagram page, you can see her with a navel
Is
piercing.
that nose?
Of course, detectives looked at other videos on the Instagram account to see, is this Logan Gaminsky?
This is crazy what females are, or just people would do in general for money and clout and shit.
Detectives say they found other videos that showed Gaminsky with dogs, and that some, quote, depict her with a small brown dog, possibly a Chihuahua, that is identical to the one in the video. This dog is small and light brown with large brown ears, a white line going down the middle of its head, a white belly, and white fur that extends halfway up the dog's legs. I confirmed that the dog in the video has all these same characteristics. I also located a photograph posted on April 5th, 2024, that depicts the defendant with the same dog that is wearing the same dark colored collar that is depicted in the video. Now, as part of the investigation, the detectives called the person who sent the video to them. The detective wrote in the arrest report, I made phone contact with the person who submitted this tip, who requested to remain anonymous. They stated that on January 27th, 2025, they observed the aforementioned video posted on the defendant's public Instagram page, Alex Gum X. They advised the post has already been deleted. However, they were able to save the video before it was deleted, and that is what they submitted the anonymous tip. They advised they observed the defendant's Instagram page and observed photographs of the defendant with the same nails and the same dog as in the video. They described observing a post on January 27th, 2025, of the defendant's ex-boyfriend screenshotting the aforementioned video on his Instagram, tagging the defendant in it, and calling the defendant
Damn.
disgusting.
So you sent that shit to your ex?
This
Huh?
post has also been deleted. However, they were able to screenshot the post and included that in the tip. In March 2025, detectives went to talk with Logan Gaminsky. One detective wrote, on 3/21/2025, Detective A. LaRoque and I conducted an interview with the defendant, Logan Gaminsky. The defendant admitted that she is a content creator.
I want to know like what her family thinks about this, bro.
Which she described as her utilizing the Fansly platform to sell photographs and videos of herself in the nude, depicting different sexual acts to users on the internet. The defendant admitted to taking the video of her engaging in a sexual act with her dog Princeton, which she described as a brown and white Chihuahua. She advised that this was at the request of a Snapchat user, Sire, who requested she make the video and send it to him. The defendant, in return for
Yo,
engaging
niggas are literally ruining their freedom for $500, bro.
in this sexual act and
Just traumatizing animals because you want $500 fucking nigga.
recording it was paid $500 by
This shit's
Sire.
terrible.
The defendant advised that she also made a second video containing sexual acts with a different dog, Rosie, which she described as a yellow lab. The defendant advised that the videos were still located on her cellular device, which she described as an Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max. The defendant advised the videos were transmitted over Snapchat, and she added her Snapchat username was Logan Nicole 77. Gaminsky was arrested and taken to jail. Logan Gaminsky was booked into the Marion County Jail on charges of filming or possessing images or video of animal sexual activity and unlawful sexual contact or activity with an animal. She pleaded not guilty to those charges and was released on bail.
I fucking knew it, bro. I literally knew it, bro. But I just didn't want to say nothing. I just wanted to see what they was gonna say. I knew she was going to just get a misdemeanor. I was thinking if that was a misdemeanor or not.
Now, I know you're wondering,
Because I never heard of that
what
before.
happened to the dogs? Did they let her keep the dogs?
You worry
We'll
about the
get to
wrong
that
shit.
here in just a second. Gaminsky actually owned 3 dogs, Princeton, Bam Bam, and Juniper. Gaminsky's case was set to go to trial, but then days ago, she changed her plea
Like
and
a
pleaded
dude.
guilty to 2 felony counts, filming or possessing images or video of animal sexual activity, and then 1 count of unlawful sexual contact or activity with an animal. The judge sentenced Logan Gaminsky to up to 36 months in prison. That's
knew it,
3
bro.
years. She was
Oh.
booked back into the
I was just about to say 3
Marion
years. Too.
County Jail. Back when Logan Gaminsky was first charged, she agreed to give up her dogs, Princeton, Bam Bam, and Juniper, to her mom.
So she was charged before?
Gaminsky said she wouldn't take care of dogs at all or have contact with dogs. The court agreed to that. And
I don't agree.
of course, the prosecutor.
Nigga, why do the family members have to take it if you don't want custody of the dogs, bro? That doesn't even make sense. You want to give it to the family, your family, but you won't have custody. So you mean to tell me she won't never go over her mom's house for the rest of her life? Like, come on, bro. I'm not stupid.
So I'd like to bring in Dr. Daniel Bober. He is a forensic psychiatrist.
This shit has to be AI right here. I know this can't be real, bro.
Also
Or like a green
based in
screen.
Florida. Dr. Bober, thank you so much for coming back on to talk about this case. I know you and I have discussed this case before. Logan Gaminsky has pleaded guilty to the charges. They had her dead to rights on this. They had videos. They had her admission here. What are your thoughts about her getting up to 36 months in prison and then 24 months of probation after that?
Well, listen, Anjanette, it's obviously a very bizarre and disturbing case. I guess my question would be, is this someone who really has a true paraphilic disorder? Is this someone who has an atypical sexual arousal pattern where there's sort of, this buildup, this tolerance and novelty seeking, and then eventually a boundary crossing? We see this a lot in behavioral addictions where there's this reinforcement loop where, we have the novelty and the release of dopamine, the taboo and the increasing arousal, and then finally this repetitive conditioning that occurs. Or is it something...
He's talking some bullshit. Whatever he's talking about has nothing to do with the dogs. Alright? If you got whatever the fuck he's talking about, there's toys, there's people, there's a whole bunch of damn grown men that you can go find. For me, if you that damn thirsty, bro. For me, that you having whatever he's talking about has nothing to do with the animals. For me, come on, bro.
Much more simple. Is it purely transactional? Is it just really about money?
Bro, that's actually even worse. Well, yeah, because now you traumatizing a dog. First, you're traumatizing a dog, and you risk your freedom. But now you traumatizing your dog, and risk your freedom, and you're not even gonna be able to get the money. So you're really just wasting. You're really damn near doing it for free if you think about it. You're really basically doing it for free. Because if you think about it, If the person doesn't that's asking for you and getting the money from it isn't, if they're not gonna get in trouble for it, then realistically they don't have to sell you anything. They don't have to send you no money. And even if they do, you won't be able to use the money because $500, like if you go to jail for 3 years, you can't get a bail, fam. So that $500 by the time, because you have to realize you're not working for 3 years straight. So that $500 is not gonna get you nowhere. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, if I like, come on, bro. $500 nowadays is probably like $10 now, bro, or maybe 50. You feel me? There's only so much you could do with $500, man. So assuming that, okay, boom, you get the $500, you get the money, then you probably do it again for another money and so on and so on. So it's like you're really just throwing your freedom away in general, to be honest. Like, especially you're using it on apps and shit. So obviously niggas gonna track that.
We
It's like,
know
come on,
that when
bro.
people go
It's
online,
2026.
they're very often disinhibited. There's this
Yo,
sort
I'm
of
about to
feeling
skip
of
the nigga, bro.
anonymity. Well, no one's going to really know that it's me, which obviously in this case didn't happen. There's this almost dissociation where they become
It's just part of
disconnected
from
from
life,
their
yeah.
thoughts and emotions, and maybe they do things that they wouldn't do in front of an
Bro,
audience.
stop trying to, bro, nigga, fuck. Stop trying to damn be understanding, my nigga. You being horny has nothing to do with no animal, fam. It's really just simple as that. And if you get horny from an animal, there might be something wrong with you. Just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. It might have actually be something wrong with you, fam. I was just said you might need to go get some help, bro. Cause nigga, there's no reason why there's so many damn grown ass men and women out here, and you getting aroused from an animal. That's not. Come on,
Of people, because in the
lock in, bro.
online community, the audience is essentially invisible, right? We don't know how many people are watching at any given time. And that in and of itself can be highly reinforcing, whether we're talking about money or tokens or likes. So
Tokens.
I think people are much more likely to do things and cross the line online than they would be if they were sitting in front of a group of people. And then, of
Okay,
course, this
that's
might
true.
just be someone who has narcissistic and antisocial traits. And
Oh
obviously, I've
no,
never
bro.
examined her
Being
before.
antisocial has nothing to do with you having relations with no dog, fam. Stop saying that, bro. Now you're trying to justify the people that actually have disorders. I'm not saying she don't have a disorder, but I'm saying now niggas that actually have antisocial disorder, now you making them feel like they weird because they don't want to have no relationship with no dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fam. Be
But in
real.
similar cases, we see people who have an inflated sense of self worth and who violate the rights of others and who lack remorse and who lack
Huh.
empathy and are more apt to do things like this. So it's really difficult to know what's going on from this one snapshot. And, you know, she may very well have a history of developmental trauma where she was exposed to highly sexualized content at a young age and had boundary crossings when she was younger. It's very difficult to know. But in cases or patients that I've treated,
Oh, she didn't, bro.
these tend to be some of the similar histories that I've seen.
Let me cut his
You know,
ass off.
she's an influencer, or I would call her really a
Stop saying that.
wannabe influencer because
Yeah,
she wanted
that's
to
better.
make money off of being online, and she probably does have some narcissistic stuff going on. She's posing, you know, with bikinis
Hold
on
on, though.
online, or at
You
least she
can't wait.
was.
Slow down. You can't say because a lot of people do this. You can't say that. Nah, you can't. Nah, you can see. I don't like when they try and just like. I'm not gonna say posting a bikini is not. I mean, it's normal, but like I just want my girl doing shit like that. But anyway, you can't say that her doing this is weird though. Like it, you can't see. You can't see. That's the thing. You think because she does weird stuff that anything she do is weird. Nah, if she's doing this is normal, bro. So you can't just because she did that with dog doesn't mean that what she does is not normal now. Outside of what she did with the dog. Come on, fam.
And so, you know, there has to be a certain level, you know,
Like
some
I would say
boldness
attention
there
seeking.
to go with that.
Yeah,
Um,
but
but what she has now admitted to doing is pretty. I mean, it's like beyond the pale disgusting. They were saying that, you know, she was coercing the dog
but how do you
to
even like
do these things.
how?
And she admitted to doing it, and she said, well, you know, she got paid like money by this guy's sire to do it. But it kind of raises the question to me,
Like cool
You know,
bullshit.
because it sounds like she posted this on Instagram. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe she didn't mean to do it and somebody screenshotted it.
Nah, nigga.
How many other
You don't
times
not
did
mean
she
to.
possibly
You
do
gotta
this
realize too that like if you post something on social media, it has to load. So that means you knew it posted and you continue to leave it up.
and do it for money and not get caught? And
Especially on
that's
Instagram, because like if on Instagram, if you post a reel, because I post reels every day. If you go on Instagram and you post a reel, if you turn your phone off, it says uploading a reel, and it says most of the time it says like keep your phone on so up like post faster. So she definitely didn't know she posted
to
it.
me is like the open question here. I would assume the cops would have looked at that, but maybe not if they didn't have the
Just looked
evidence
at
of it.
it.
Other times did she possibly do this
Oh.
and do it for money and not get
That's what I
caught?
said. That's what I said.
And that to me is like the open question here. I would assume the
Because to be honest, she probably, if you're thinking about it realistically, if she did it for $500, she most likely did it before, because you wouldn't just do that only for $500. I would assume. You know what I'm saying? So she probably already was getting paid, so she knew that she was gonna get the money, so she wasn't gonna get scammed.
cops would have looked at that, but maybe not if they didn't have the evidence of it, because it sounds like somebody saw this, screenshotted it, and then reported it to the police.
And the fact that there is an audience of people out there who get sexual gratification from this highly disturbing
That's
content.
just nasty, bro. Hey, any of y'all niggas like, y'all need, fam, you need to get right with the Lord. Simple as that. Because, fam, come on, fam.
That
It gets up there.
also is very concerning to me as well.
And that goes for like people that I don't even want to say that, bro. But just
Very
do better,
concerning.
bro.
She had 3 dogs,
That shit's just
and
even
the
worse.
dogs were taken away from her, thank God. It sounds like her mother took the dogs, and
That's
she
not
was
enough.
told by the court back when this first happened, there was a hearing, and she was not to have any contact with dogs
So
at
she did it
all, not
before,
allowed to own any dogs. As part of her sentencing, she was told, no dogs, you can't have animals, and
and
that's a
she
good
did it.
thing. That kind of makes me wonder if they believe that this wasn't just a one-time thing. If this is the way she was indeed making money on this other site,
So many
this
damn ways to make money in the world, by the way.
Fansly or whatever, that she was filming things, content with the dogs, and possibly making money that way, and not just posting things on Instagram and this Fansly site, doing whatever would be legal, because she had 3 dogs, and she was posting photos and videos of herself with the dogs. So
But if she didn't do it with all of them, like I want to know why she did it. Like why she felt more comfortable doing it with certain dogs outside of the other one. Like what made her only want to do it with those specific dogs?
I don't know. What do you
Because then you have to also think of like, did she purposely buy those? Like when did this start to where she would get? Like, did she already have the dogs and then just that happened and then she was like, okay, she get money from it? Or did she get told she can get money from doing that, so she got the dogs and then did that? You know what I'm saying?
what do you think?
Because then she might have went and bought the dog just for that reason,
I mean,
especially
you're
that
the
specific one.
psychiatrist here. Do you think that she probably, this wasn't just a one-time thing?
The most pressing question for me is, if I was sitting down and talking to her, would be, is this something that you were doing purely for money because you knew there was an audience out there for this? Or
But I feel like if she was doing it for money, she probably did it multiple
is
times.
this something that you yourself get gratification from? Obviously there's all sorts of pornographic sites where people will act out certain fantasies for people, and they do it, and it's purely transactional. They do it for money. They come off camera and they try to lead or compartmentalize what seems like a normal life, but they don't themselves get
Oh,
gratification from it. So that's
oh, I
my
see what you're saying. So he's saying like the people that be on the sites, like the baddie one and the orange shit that y'all niggas be watching. Um, he's saying that like the people that be on there, they don't really do it for the satisfaction. They just do it for the money. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I used to think like it wouldn't be that hard of a life to do that, but it's like you gotta realize, bro, like doing that all day and then like you go outside, you wanna go get some food, and niggas pull up and they're like, oh, I see you on that video. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, man. I just wouldn't like, nah, bro, cause it's like you can't even live a life outside. Now you just known as a star, bro. Like that's it. For me. But I mean, there are some stars out there that like okay with that.
What I would want to know from her
Nothing
is
wrong with
it
that.
something that she finds personally gratifying, or does she do it purely for money? That would be something that I would want to know.
She'll probably like that.
But the thing to me is, it's like
That isn't
doing this purely for money. I mean, it's not like you're just like
making
posing
billions.
online
Oh,
purely for money. What they described in this affidavit is this woman coercing a dog to do things to her below the waist. I mean, it's so
indeed,
ick.
bro.
I mean, it's
That's
beyond
fucking
ick.
nasty, bro.
I know you're a dog owner. I'm a dog owner.
Hey, I'm a dog owner too. Well, I don't own the dog, but still, nigga, that's fucking nasty for me. That's fucking disgusting. Cause you gotta like you actually have to think of this too, bro. Dogs don't have fucking hygiene. Like, come on, we gotta be real. At least, like, I mean, they probably get bad shit, but like, when they be like, a dog lick my hand, gotta wash that shit. That nigga, let me be, you know what dogs do, nigga. I'm not gonna explain myself to you, but it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what dogs be doing, man, and you got them doing like, bro, I ain't, yo, dogs don't even brush their teeth. None of they be eating damn, probably be eating their own throw up and all that, man. Be eating raw meat and cheese and the damn dog food, and you just got them licking up on your stuff, fam. What's wrong with you, fam? Like real shit. Like I think she like somebody needs to help her for real. Like all just like someone needs to have a sit down talk with her, bro. And that goes to like a lot of these people in the world too, bro. I feel like a lot of people, if they would have, if someone would commit a crime and they were to just sit in a room for 24 hours, they had to, or not 24. Let's be honest. If they had to sit in the room for 8 hours and just talk to the detective off cam, or it could be on camera, off camera. I mean, there's gonna be cameras in the police station anyway. But I mean, they don't have to post it. But just if they just had that, where you had to sit in the room with a police officer or investigator or therapist for 8 hours and just talk about like your life, like what made you do this, what you were thinking about when you were doing it, and all that. If they actually had them do that, I feel like a lot of more people will realize that because I feel like a lot of times too when people do crimes, bro, it's because they don't feel like there's a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like they might. So say for example, somebody rob a bank, right? They don't see a problem with it because say there's nobody in the bank. Oh well, since nobody was in the bank, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even if they were armed, well, since nobody's in the bank, it really shouldn't matter if I'm armed because nobody's here, so I'm not gonna do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like, and then they're more likely to do it again, or even if they did it with like an armed, even if they did it armed, and then say they go to jail for it and they get out again. Now they think, oh well, since I did it armed, I'm just not doing armed, and then you feel me? Do it and see what you know what I'm saying. So it's like I feel like if people were actually sit down and talk to, they'll be less likely to commit crimes again. You know what I'm saying? Like even if they do it like the day they get released, like they just have a sit down talk with them. Um, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even their parents too or their family, and just have a talk with them, bro. Because you could tell her face like you feel me? I ain't trying to say too much, but you know what I'm
I
trying to
mean,
say.
there are certain
I'm not
things,
gonna
I
explain
guess, that
myself to you.
people will do for money, but we're talking about encouraging, and they're saying coercing a dog to do certain things to you
Like
for
you could have,
money.
I like it's like what females like. I feel like it's so much easier for females to get money though, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like they could do dances, certain dances. I'm not gonna go too explicit. Post body parts like that. It's like a female go like and it's not to compare myself to nobody, but like I could literally go make 100,000 videos, right? And a female can make 100,000 videos, but she can do only twerking videos, right? For example, if a female makes 10 twerking videos and I make 100 reaction videos, right? I feel like she'll most likely get, even if it's not more views, she'll get more consistent viewership than I will, more consistent comments than I will. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like with females, it's so much easier for y'all to get money. Y'all could literally just y'all can get your toes done. Go to the nail shop, get your toes done, and post that on your story or post that somewhere, like OnlyFans, whatever. And people will literally pay you thousands and hundreds of dollars just to show them your feet, bro. You feel me? And it's like it's crazy too because females can get money off of doing things like that without doing actual acts. So either they do it with like toys or just in general. Like you could just literally do like even if you like just talk through it, whatever. Like you could do that type of stuff and not even actually do things to yourself, and you could still get money from that. And you'll probably be able to get way more money from that than doing this. Like I don't even understand the point of that.
That just goes to a whole nother level.
Just
Oh,
threw
I
your whole
agree.
freedom
Listen,
away
it reminds me, of some of these
for all these
organized
different ways to
crime
get money.
figures that I've met, that could kill entire families full of people, but
Hmm?
then they go home and they have a meal with their own family and act like
That's
nothing
just so
happened. So
evil. I
there's
ain't
a
gonna lie. There's really some evil people in the world, fam.
certain disconnect
But he
there
said he
that could
knows people
kill
like
as
that.
me.
That just goes to a whole nother level.
Oh, I agree. Listen, it reminds me, of some of these organized crime figures that I've met,
You
that
man.
could kill
Oh
entire
yeah, we gotta
families
watch
full of
him. Somebody watch him right here. Y'all gotta be on the lookout for this dude.
people, but then they
Cause what
go
you mean you
home and
met
they
him?
have a
How you
meal
know?
with their own family and act like nothing happened. So
That's
there's a
evil, bro.
certain disconnect there. There's a certain
That's why I
cognitive
don't be
dissonance,
talking to
if
certain
you
people. I'll be
will,
scared, fam.
between someone who could do this and say it's purely for money, but there are people that are able to compartmentalize these types of behaviors and then go on and live their lives, whatever pathological defense
And too,
mechanisms they
like,
have to.
a lot of times, it's like too. She do this, like even if she's doing it for money, she thinks it's normal to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I look at it like that. If someone says, "Oh, if you make this shot, I get $800," right? If I make the shot, it's like okay. I feel like it's. I ain't like that's the best. Yeah, but basically, my point here is, bro. I feel like if someone said, I ain't. Yeah. Anyways, the point here is, bro. I feel like since she thinks that she's getting money for it, that she just thinks it's normal. She just continues to do it. That's how.
Do to go through with these types of things, uh, it's very different for different people. But that, for me, is the biggest question. And obviously, the acts themselves are disturbing, and you would think that someone would be able to draw the line, kind of like, I'll do something for money, but I would never do this. But for her, there didn't seem to be any boundaries. There didn't seem to be any end point where she would
This is probably
stop
did worse than
and
this.
not cross any line for her own financial gain.
Just $500.
So she's getting up to 36 months in prison. And it says state prison on the sentencing documents. So she's going to go, she's going to prison. This is no joke. She's not going to the county jail. And
Oh,
in her jail mugshot, though, she looks
bro. When I was younger, I thought prison and jail was the same thing.
pretty stunned. Like, I can't believe this is happening.
Right.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening for
She
sure.
looked nervous.
And then she's going to be on 24 months probation after that.
So
So
that's 2 years.
probation's no
right?
joke either. You have to check in
Yeah.
with the probation officer. You have to
Is that like you
stay out
can't
of
leave the house?
trouble,
Oh.
and then you
Well,
have
yeah.
to like
And you
not
like can't be around like kids. I think can't be around. Well, I don't know if you can be around kids, but I know you can't be around like drugs and guns and
go
stuff.
back to what you were doing. So
So you probably can't be around dogs.
that's
ever.
5 years. You're 3 years.
Honestly, I'll say animals in general.
Confinement if she does the entire 36 months, and then 2 years checking in on probation. Plus, she's going to be a convicted felon
But don't you only do like 10% or something like that?
for the rest
Or
of her
whatever.
life.
That's money. Right?
So, how obviously you haven't examined
Convicted
her,
felon.
but how successful is she going to be? Because this is somebody who obviously wanted to be an influencer, was all over Instagram and this Fansly trying to make money doing that. It doesn't seem like she was making any money because she
Damn.
was indigent and got a public defender. So she must not
Damn.
have had much money doing anything.
I mean,
making much money
$500.
doing any of this.
Money.
So
You could go to a job, make more than $500 damn dollars.
is she going to be
Shit.
possibly successful?
That's just like it just shows how like lazy I feel like people could be, bro. You're literally risk your life doing something illegal with an animal than just go work a job and you get so much more opportunity, so much more money, for me, so much more actual relations with people and possibly actually get a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she had a boyfriend
out of
before,
this in completing
and he left.
probation and
I
all
guess
of
her. I
that.
guess.
Maybe
Just
she
said
doesn't
X.
do this, but she's going to have to find a job. That's usually
That's what I'm
part of
saying.
probation.
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
I think she's going to have a difficult time. I was thinking about how she's going to fare in prison the same way that
Yeah,
child molesters
I was
are in
saying that too. Like with that too, because I mean, I don't honestly like never thought of it like that. Like what? Like I thought of that, but like, what would people think of you? Like if you did that to some like animal or just in general, like would they think of you as worse than the kid, or would they like when you do it to a kid, or would they think you as like equal? Like, Cause I don't know, bro. I just feel like a kid is worse. Cause like I feel like kids live longer. You know, or not kids, but like people. So it's like dogs. Like okay, dog, boom, you can just take some medicine, he'll be out. Probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how dogs' traumatology works, but you won't really probably be able to tell. A kid or a person, it's like there's no medicine that can help that, fam. Like they're always gonna remember that, even if they were like a baby, like they may not remember it, but the person that did it will, and the people that are around and whoever figured it out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like it's worse to a person mainly because like people live longer than animals, bro. So it's like the dog, like yeah, they just live longer. The dog won't be living as long, and I feel like dogs, bro, like just being how they are, they probably will probably forgive you, bro. As long as you just don't put them in that situation again, they probably won't really like know.
And the other inmates find out
Cause you
about
gotta realize dogs don't know that's a bad thing. Like you know what I'm saying? So realistically, they probably I wouldn't necessarily say think it's normal, but they wouldn't. But I feel like they wouldn't really be traumatized unless you do something to them. So if the dog was doing it to her, then they probably won't be as traumatized.
their crimes. How are other people in prison going to react to her? And then, maybe she was doing this because there wasn't really much else she could do for whatever reasons, take it
What you mean, bro?
learning disability, lack of education, for whatever reason, this is the way she
Bro,
was earning her income.
no, fam.
How is she
Stop.
going to get out of prison
Stop
and then
trying
try
to,
to
bro, no. Stop.
find a regular job
Lack of
with all
education has nothing to
this
do with no
hanging
dog.
over her, the stigma of it, the
Like maybe like lack of awareness or what you do, like disconnection or deassociation, whatever you said. But nigga, no.
humiliation, the shame? I think she's going to have a difficult time.
How do other prisoners in a women's prison view people
That's what I'm
who
saying.
would take their pet dog, their chihuahua, and then maybe their other small dogs, and coerce them to do sexual things online for money? I mean, how are people like that viewed in a women's prison?
Well, I think, if you think about the reason that prisoners attack other prisoners who've committed crimes against children, I think the belief is, you don't touch a kid. That's
Hmm.
there's certain lines you don't cross because they're purely innocent. And
Hmm.
in the same way, animals
Dogs
are
are
purely innocent
innocent as
creatures,
well, yeah.
right? You come home from
But
work,
I wouldn't compare no dog to no person, no. But
you
I
had
get
a
what you're
horrible
saying.
day, they come up to you, all they want is love and
Yeah,
connection and affection, and
yeah.
to exploit
'Cause I feel like, never mind.
them, to harm them.
I was gonna say dogs probably could be more vulnerable. I feel like they're more vulnerable just due to them not knowing. Like when it comes to like, okay, if say I have a son and I'm, on a YouTube trip or whatever, right? If I tell my son, oh yeah, I'm going on a YouTube trip, okay, they'll understand that. But dogs, I feel like they get lonely a lot more because like I can't go to my dog and say I'm gonna go on a YouTube trip. I'll be back in a couple of days. I can't tell my dog that, so they might not know. You know what I'm saying? So especially if you're the only caretaker, it's like okay, they're putting all their trust into you. You feel me? Same thing with like, so I'm really comparing it more of like a kid. Like a baby is different because babies, they can't like they're pretty much they actually feel like they have less intelligence than a dog. But what I'm saying is I feel like dogs are they're more vulnerable because they don't know at all. Kids, they after a while they'll learn. You know what I'm saying? But dogs, they can't just be like, oh yeah, I know he'll be back in a couple hours. Like they don't know that.
to shame them and humiliate them for your
So
own
I feel like that's why I said I feel like dogs will probably like forgive you because they don't know,
gratification or
and you probably the only person that actually cares them.
your own financial gain. It's hard for me to think of worse things than that.
Interesting. So you think once she gets into the women's prison, some of these women who are in there for doing whatever they're doing, or whatever they have done and they've been convicted of doing, are going to look at her and be like, "You're sick."
Listen, I
Mm.
know how I feel about my own dog, right? If my own dog was about to be hit by a car, I would jump in front of the car to
All right,
protect
bro.
my dog.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, look, yeah, he getting off topic. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know about all that now. All right, feel me? I'm not gonna say I want to protect my dog, nigga, but shit, I thought that nigga probably could survive. You feel me? In my personal opinion, I don't feel. All right, let's actually come on, be real. I don't feel like he means it. Ain't no damn way you finna jump in front of a car because your dog ran out the street. I don't believe that shit. And to be honest, that's your fault. If your dog is his by if you allow your dog to be free enough to run in the street when the car's coming, that is on you. Simple. Simple as that.
So there are
But I
some
personally
pretty
would not be running in front of no car for no dog. Right?
loyal,
Yeah.
affectionate,
Fuck no. I might like you feel me? Cause I play football and shit. I might like pick it up like it's a fumble on some shit and run, but I ain't finna dive. Yeah, no, that ain't working.
dedicated dog
Mm-mm.
owners out
Cause if you dive, you gonna dive in your stomach, so they gonna run over something, your head, your
there
leg,
that I
arm,
think are
something.
going to be very, very put off by this.
Especially if it's a truck.
You brought up a point earlier, Dr. Bober. You kind of wondering whether she really has a paraphilia here or whether she was just doing this for money. But really, if you're just willing to do this for money, what is described in the affidavit, and I haven't even gone into
What
it, I just described it as
she do? What
coercing a
else is she
dog to
doing?
do something below the waist, because that's what was described in the affidavit. I haven't gotten into the gory details of it, and I won't.
Wait, yeah,
Um,
you good. I don't
but
want to hear that.
if you're just doing it for money, my God, like I find it hard to believe there's not something wrong with you, even if you don't
Damn.
quote unquote have the paraphilia going on here, because that's just disgusting.
Hey,
That goes into what I said about the antisocial traits, right?
bro, nigga,
Not
stop
feeling empathy, not
saying that,
feeling
fam.
remorse, willing to lie, to cheat, to steal, to manipulate,
Fam,
to do
stop,
anything you
fam.
have.
No, bro, stop trying to damn take up for her, fam. She's wrong, fam. Simple as
To
that.
do to get
It's just
ahead,
that
to make
simple.
money, that gets into sort of the
No,
antisocial traits that may
absolutely
be
not.
at work here
You're not
with
finna
someone.
blame the people, the innocent people that have antisocial disorder for me being doing stuff for dogs. That's not. It's not gonna work.
Who does
I'm
this
not
sort of
going for that, fam.
thing
I'm
and
not
is
going for
able
that.
to do it.
Well, just think about how much easier of a time she would have had if she had maybe just tried to go make an honest living. Not that maybe doing Instagram stuff isn't an honest
Hold on,
living,
yeah,
but if
hold
you're
on
not
now.
making enough money
Stop
to
trying to diss
survive
people.
on that, maybe you should go find another job doing something else.
Indeed, I
Because I
respect that.
think that's probably a tough way to go
I mean,
about it.
no, I wouldn't necessarily like I said. I feel like if you do want to make a living off it, well, I mean, I don't think you'll only make a living off Instagram. But if you want to make a living off like content, like there's nothing wrong with that. Just yeah, I would say get another job just in case but don't give up though. But
Absolutely.
just don't do no shit like that though. Because it's so many different content things you can do. There's so many different ideas you can make and content you could do without exposing your body and doing shit with animals and people. Feel me? So many different things you could do.
Ugh, it's gross.
Cause it's like, how the fuck you even gonna get a husband now? Like, we have to be real. We have to actually be real. If you are doing shit with dogs, what makes you think you're gonna get a husband? If you get out of prison and a man finds out that they talking to you, whatever, they don't know about this case, they're talking about you, and they turns out, oh, someone says, oh, weren't you the person that did this, or weren't you like she just finds that person finds out you're a convicted felon one day, and they figure out what you did. You think they're gonna want to do stuff with you now, fam? It's like niggas just don't think; they just do anything for
Well,
money,
I
bro.
think that you're right. She may have a tough time in prison, but maybe she'll learn her lesson and get out and find
Learn
a
her
job where
lesson.
she can make money,
That's not.
not
You shouldn't have to do stuff for dogs and go to jail to learn a lesson.
using dogs.
Well, for whatever
Disgusting.
she does, she definitely needs a therapy and mental health counseling to try
But
to
I'll say
dig.
you should, well, because I know they do have mental health in the cell. So you should do that. Um, Also, I did see a thing on Instagram of like Bibles for people in prison. So I'm saying, so I actually do want to help with that as well. Help the inmates get Bibles. Because I do pray every day that everybody in prison gets out, in jail as well, gets out and change their life. I'm saying, take care of their family and their kids. I'm saying, not saying they didn't before or that they don't now, but just be able to hang out with their family and just live a normal life again, bro. Because I feel like I said, bro, people make bad decisions. Some people make really, but really, really damn bad decisions. But at the same time, bro, we are human beings, and God forgives everybody, so we should do the same as well. We're no, we're not no more important than any other man or woman on this earth, so we can't necessarily judge people. Well, yeah, we can't judge people. Technically, we cannot judge people for what they do. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can disagree. Definitely can disagree, because I do definitely disagree with a lot of things people do in the world. But, but, yeah, very, very, very much disagree with a lot of people do in the world. But we are human, man. So we do things out of impulse, or some people do. Some people do. I'm not gonna say everybody because I don't. But some people do things out of impulse. Some people do things, because of what they're in. And I just hope everybody can, be peaceful with each other, love each other, man, and to make better decisions in the world.
A little bit deeper into what's going on here, and
But hey, y'all do. I think it was like $5. If you donate $5, you can give you can give some Bibles to the people in the prisons. So y'all help do that, bro. There's a lot of people. They said there was a lot of prisoners trying to uh, read the Bible. Like they were trying to get because I actually did see in that Atlanta jail video that some of the women in there and I think some of the men too had some Bibles. So they do be wanting that too.
find out
Because I mean, there are some Christians that do go to jail
what her
too. I mean,
motivations are to engage in this type of behavior, and
even
more about her
non-Christians too.
background and her
They want to get
history
to know
that could
Jesus.
have led to this to occur.
But what is it?
Background and her motivations are to engage in this type of behavior, and more about her background and her history that could have led to this to occur.
No doubt. Dr. Daniel Bober, as always, thank you for your time
Yeah, I ain't
and your
lie.
expertise. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Anjanette.
I was
Now,
gonna
as I
stop listening
mentioned
to this.
earlier, Logan Gaminsky will spend 36 months in prison, or at least up to 36 months in prison. And after she is released, she'll spend 24 months on probation.
Bro, I ain't like you
As
just saying the
part
same
of
shit.
her sentence, she is not allowed to own or possess any animals.
Okay, good.
And when she's on probation, she can't live with or have a job or work at
Huh? She can't live with or have a job. What do you mean by that, fam?
animals.
Live with an animal?
And when she's on
I thought she said a part of probation is you have to get a job.
probation, she can't live with or have a job
Or maybe she means have a job with animals?
or work at any place where there are
Okay.
animals.
That
Thank
makes sense.
goodness.
Makes sense.
And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thanks so much
So I
for
was about to
being
say,
with
what you
me.
mean live
I'll
with
see you
or
back
have
here
an animal
next time.
or have a job with an animal? All right, bro. Let's hear the comments, man. Hopefully they're not wild, man, in the comments, nigga. Children and animals cannot consent. Indeed. You're right, nah, bro. Chill. You're right. You're requesting those kind of gross acts from conspirators need to be looked into. That's what I said too. Cause I feel like, bro, um, you shouldn't just be able to. She looked like that. Like the girl on the right, she looked like that girl from Tyler Perry, House of Pain, that was dating the son. I forgot his name. The son of the firefighter dude. I ain't lie, I be forgetting their names, but if you know, you know, bro. That's what I thought it was when I first looked at it. But yeah, I do agree with that. Okay, don't say this. No. See, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. I don't want y'all to see shit like this and then just try and bash everybody that you social media. This has nothing to do with everybody now. All right? Nah, no. Hell no. I mean, I do feel like it does, like it ruins society, but you can't just say that just because she did this, that means that society's ruined. You can't say that, fam. No. I don't know, niggas just playing. All right, well, y'all niggas make some better decisions, bro. That's all I gotta say. Or some of y'all. Let's do a prayer though. Lord, just protect her. Help her be able to just have a change of heart, just make better decisions when she gets out, or be able to just get a job and honestly just try and find a way to live. Um, and just help everybody in prison be able to talk to you and get close to you before it's too late. Get out and be able to take care of them and their families. Just help everybody else that's going through this type of stuff to just think about their actions and actually talk to you and realize that whatever they're doing, especially if it's illegal, is just not worth money, and whatever they're trying to get from it, and that you'll make a person for them. That when they have that person, they can do it after they're married. They could do the stuff that they want to a certain extent. But some of us, be able to stay safe, make the decision, something at an impulse, something in, because of money, that it's okay to do certain things or not okay to do certain things. And we love you, learning throughout your help chase your dreams. Me as YouTubers, watching some chase your dreams. And just thank you for everything. We love you. Something love you or nothing about you. Show us like a life give us our family. Something. Well, yeah, I mean, just told y'all more videos today.